everybody, what's going on? It is a wonderful Monday here for our Lent household. Kids are at school. Thank goodness. Amelia tried to tell me she couldn't go to school today because she left her backpack at grandma's. So they wouldn't let her in without a book bag. Got her to believe that they would and found a book bag in a folder that we sent with her either way. So that way she could go to school and I could be at home doing my work without a child interrupting me all day long. Had the shout out to Meyer Mechanical here again today, taking care of issues with our Whirlpool tub that we've had since we got it installed. And just doing some work, getting caught up on things, but definitely getting excited to start. I'm about halfway through my course that I'm starting to take. I don't know if I've even announced this yet or not, but I am going to be taking a course. Well, I am taking a course. I'm halfway through it, but that allows me to be a certified legal nurse consultant. So if any of you guys know any attorneys out there that do a lot of civil law, a lot of, for anybody not in the legal world, more like car accident type cases, personal injury, malpractice, any of that type of stuff, hello, thanks for joining. Anybody though that knows any attorneys that do that type of law, totally let me know. Send me a message, let me know, and we can set up an introduction because I am going to be starting my own legal nurse consulting business where I am able to utilize all of that critical care nursing that I did and loved, but can't physically do with my back issues anymore. So I'm pumped about being able to do that. But like I said, halfway through the course, have another 6 lessons to go, but I should be able to get it finished here pretty quick. And then I just need to come up with a name. Like, what do you name your company? I don't want it to be just boring, like Mary Lent Consulting or something like that. And then I started thinking about the brand I had started as an outlet for, just moms and just in general, just to be able to share what's going on and have an outlet. And I figured when you're dealing with attorneys that are dealing with medical issues, sometimes people that have family members that died because of a way somebody practiced, that probably, but did you die is not the greatest name for my company. So I'm kind of stewing on that and trying to figure out what the best name would be for my company. Because I want it to symbolize me. I want it to be something that shows my relentlessness, shows the detail-oriented side of me, as well as the fact that makes it obvious what I do, right? Because all these people that have domain names that you have no idea what they do until you even go to their website. And then still, sometimes you can't even figure out what they do. But I'm figuring that out now. So any of you guys have suggestions, shoot them my way. I'd be more than happy to hear. Like I said, I'm thinking, but did you die is probably not the best practice name for a legal nurse consultant. Unless I want to just represent defendants all day long, I guess. That might work because the defense, in the defense's side, they truly might say, but did you die? No, you didn't die. But I don't really want to limit my pool to only half of the legal system in civil law. So, there's that. Other than that, hi Nick, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a long time. Other than that, my husband has been trying to convince me to take a job, a part-time job, because I told him I wouldn't work full-time. I didn't want to go back to 9 to 5. Plus, I would pick up our kids and take our kids to school, right? So he is trying to convince me that I should take a job working for his company. How's everything going, Nick? I haven't seen you in a long time. I see you said hello. Everything good in your world? But he thinks I should take a job at his company where he does auto body work, and I should work in their office because people don't always have my personality, is what his reasoning was. It's not too bad. Good. I'm glad you guys are doing well. But I did send a message to them, so we'll see how that goes. But I mean, I get it. You can't just live off of nothing. And I do freelance work for people, and I do some business coaching for people, and I do, there's lots of things I have going on, but I'm kind of reaching the point where it's a little frustrating dealing with companies that you're doing commission-based only work for, because you put a lot of work into stuff, and especially when there's no policies or procedures in place at all for these companies yet, right? Like, you're doing all of their biz dev work and then doing their sales in addition. It's not an easy feat. So I think I'm going to just focus more on this course and getting it done, figuring out what name I want to go with, and continuing to help grow. If any of you guys know the brand Marketing with Dom, shout out to Marketing with Dom. Dom and Anthony, they are great, wonderful people, kind of shifting their brand a little bit here so that they can start marketing more software and other skills besides their adult side of their industry. So kind of sticking with helping them build out their policies, their procedures, and getting things done on the home front. I still have so many bins to go through, and so much work around the house to get finished since we had our flood, and kind of getting stuff all back in place. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get all of that done, but it's doable, and I have not died, right? Even though I feel like it in the morning, and I feel like I just don't want to get out of bed, and I feel like I do not make a difference in anybody's life whatsoever. Those of you with kids know that your kids just typically, they're very great at making you feel like they hate you. So that's wonderful all afternoon. I get that. I get that in the morning, though, too, when I get to help get them ready, and everything's my fault. So, yeah, but I'm going to keep pushing forward because that's who I am, and try to pull myself out of this whole bout of depression that I've got going on. But all of you out there, I know people struggle with mental health, mental illness. It is real. It is people that want to say, oh, it's in their head. You're right, it is in their head, but it's a chemical imbalance in their head. So it is something that some people can get over with just exercise and activity and other forms of outlets. And there are people that need medication to be able to fix that chemical imbalance. So I get it. Luckily, I, for the most part, am able to manage my depression for my day-to-day life. But don't get me wrong, there's days that are hard, that are really, really hard. Especially with losing my dad within this last year. I mean, I, for the longest time, could not figure out, like, I would drink coffee all the time. Just always been a coffee drinker, especially with being a nurse, right? And working third shift and, all of that. And for the longest time, after he passed away, I have not drank any coffee. And it kind of was like an unconscious thing, right? Like, I didn't know I wasn't doing it until I kind of had a dream about my dad over the weekend. And bear with me, I'm getting teary-eyed, and I shouldn't be. But I had a dream about him over the weekend, and, he just that was our thing. That was always our thing. Like, I'd get to his house and first thing he'd say is, "You want me to put on some coffee?" And, he loved to care for other people and take care of other people and help other people. And so it was just weird to me that through a dream I figured out, like, oh my God, I haven't made a pot of coffee for myself in quite some time. And I think that that's kind of why. Um, you don't realize the unconscious things, the things that your subconscious is doing. You don't pick up on those all the time. And I think with depression, that is something that does contribute to it, and people don't give it enough credit and don't understand that. Um, when somebody says you need to see therapy, you need someone to talk to, like, you do need someone to talk to, because those type of things don't just come out. You don't know. Sometimes you don't know the things you don't know until you don't know them. I always used to tell my nursing students that, the day you think you know everything is the day you need to retire, because that's when you become a scary nurse. You're always going to be learning. You're always going to be changing, which is partially why I'm excited for this new course that I'm taking, and being able to, I just kind of felt over the last several years like all I ever wanted was to be a nurse. That's all I ever wanted. And, with my back and stuff that happened with that, screwed that up. And, it just kind of felt like I'm never going to get there. I'm never going to be able to do anything I love anymore. I'm never going to be able to make a difference for anyone anymore. And when my mom actually is the one who sent me a message, I kind of read more into it, and I thought, oh my gosh, like, this is it. Like, this is what I would love to do. I would love to be able to go through medical records for people and be able to understand and really put things in layman's terms for attorneys, so that they are able to help get the justice that is needed. Part of me not being able to go back into nursing is because insurance won't pay for my back surgery, and they say it's investigational. So it's just kind of interesting on how I've come to this part in my life. And like 30, right? Like, how am I already 30? But I think that it will be good. It will be a new challenge. It will be interesting to start my own business, be my own boss. But I'm also excited for it, and I'm excited to just continue to learn. I miss that about nursing. I miss learning, and I miss being able to teach. By being a preceptor in nursing, I got to teach all the time. I got to teach people, how this over here connected all the way on the other end of the spectrum. And so that critical thinking, those skills just don't go away. And you feel empty when you're not able to use them, and kind of like, okay, well, what do I do now? Like, I have that feeling every day. What do I do now? Now that I'm not nursing, what do I do? So it's definitely going to be a journey, but I am happy that I started this But Did You Die? Adult like a mother type of brand, so that I can share my experience as I'm going through it with other people, and hopefully be able to help other people while getting through all of this myself. So if you, again, anybody that knows any attorneys out there that practice in civil law, deal with personal injury, medical malpractice, any of those types of cases, I would be truly, truly grateful for any sort of referral that you could, or introduction that you could make, so that I can start to grow a practice where I am able to help attorneys. And it definitely helps attorneys to have a nurse, especially a critical care nurse, able to review records and be able to tell them, was the patient diagnosed properly? Were the right tests performed? Were there things that were missed? Why is there 8 hours worth of charting that's missing and that's not in the file? All of that detailed stuff that people don't think about, and especially when you're not a nurse, you don't know that those things are supposed to happen. So it definitely can help attorneys to work with nurses. So I'm excited to get to experience that on both sides of how it can help them. I can help them. I can make a difference for them as well as their client. And I can help myself feel like I'm able to use that knowledge and that education and that passion that I've had and have felt pretty lost without the last several years. So I know that I haven't died, even though I feel like it at times. Hopefully you all out there are the same. You're pushing through, you're getting through it all. And just know that if you ever need someone to listen, reach out. Reach out to your friends, reach out to your family, reach out to me. If I'm available, I'm always willing to reply. But, we all need to get through it together and stick together. And with that, we'll do amazing things. I've seen it happen. I've witnessed it. But now, this time, I get to actually be a part of creating it, which is new for me. I've always been able to come in and save the day, but I've never been able to start creating the process that's going to save the day. So that's a new journey for me, and hopefully you'll follow through with that journey with me as I'm going through it. If you have not subscribed or went to my YouTube channel that I just started, I have a whopping 5 subscribers. I know, super popular. But if you have not gone to that, feel free to. It is in my profile on Instagram. It has several videos already, kind of started out my playlist, and will continue to post content there. So I hope to see you guys soon, and let me know if there's any topics or anything that you kind of are struggling with or going through or would like advice on. I'd be more than happy to go through it and see what we can do to fix things for you. So I will see you guys all tomorrow. Don't know if it'll be live or if it will just be some sort of video of one of my kids hating me, because that typically is the majority of my day. So, whichever one it is, I will see you guys then. And just remember, as you get through today, but did you die? No. So keep pushing through, keep moving forward, and you'll land where you need to. I know it.